Welcome to another episode of Aston1936.com. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to replace your wiper blades. Now, this seems like it should be a no-brainer, right? Except what you will discover when you go to try and replace your massive front wiper blade is that the wiper blade arm can't lift up. It actually interferes and hits the hood or bonnet. So how do you actually get the joint apart to get this replaced? Now, the passenger side, you can actually get that to clear and it comes up, so that one's not going to be very hard. But on the driver's side, there's a bit of a trick to it. On the later model cars, mine's a 2005, there's supposed to be a magic combination of button presses on the center stack buttons, like hold down the 6 and 7 button while turning the ignition key from position 1 to position 2, and the wiper blades are supposed to pop up into what's called service position. I believe the dealers can do this with the AMDS system as well. But while I was at the dealer and I was asking him about the magic button press, the master technician, the Aston tech that was there, just showed me how to do it without doing any of that stuff, and you can just do it right on the car. So I'm going to share that with you now. So one aspect of the wiper blade change that I wasn't too keen on was that it was mandated as part of the 2-year annual service. And that seemed kind of hokey to me. Why would you need to change the wiper blades unless the wiper blades aren't working properly? So when I got my car about 5 years ago, the wiper blades had just been changed. This is a daily driver. I park outside in California sunlight every day, and I wanted to see how long they could last. Well, here it is 5 years later, and we can just start to see the first signs of the rubber separating. It's failing. So I'd say they are good for at least 4 years, if not 5. So I would do it every other 2-year service, or whenever you found they weren't working right. And you can actually see both my blades are starting to deteriorate at the same time here. They both work fine still, but the rubber itself is actually separating, so it's time to change them. So you're going to need just 2 parts to change your wiper blades, the passenger side and the driver's side wiper blades themselves. If you check out the companion blog article for this, I'll give you links to where you can buy them. They're pretty much a straightforward wiper blade. I got these from Aston Martin. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're just somebody else is making them for them. They use sort of this standard connector style. Now the driver's side one is special. It's got a wing attached to it. This is probably to hold it down at high speed. So this is not a regular wiper blade by any means, and there are some manufacturing numbers on it. I'm going to include those over on the blog. Maybe we can find out who's making this for Aston and find them a little cheaper. But you know, it actually looks like the little wing might be something that can be moved from one wiper blade to the next. It just is a clip-on deal. So maybe if I can figure out where to get the wiper blade itself, you could just move your wing from one set to the next set. You might be wondering, well, Steve, how long are they? Let's take out a tape measure and find out. And if you check in the companion blog, but basically the driver's side is about 23.5 and the passenger side is about 19.5. Tools to change your wiper blade are pretty minimal. You're going to need just a small flat blade screwdriver to help you pop open the little clips. I'm going to suggest you have a little blue masking tape, painter's tape, to protect the paint on the hood right on the driver's side, and I'll show you how to use that. And then a microfiber towel that we're going to put underneath the wiper blades to protect the windshield in case the arm snaps back against the glass while we're changing it. We don't want to crack the glass. So that's it. Let's get on to changing the blades. You'll probably find it easier to learn how to use the latches over on the workbench with your new ones, getting them ready to go on. So in the center here, there are these little pivot points for the plastic, and you'll find that you can get your screwdriver tip in under this plastic little slot, and then you need to pry it up, and that'll separate this little section, because this is where the arm is going to go through. So it's just a matter of getting the blade underneath into the slot and just gently prying it up and open. And I'm going to do that for both. All right, so now that we know how to do it, it's a lot easier to figure it out here on the bench than it is while you're leaning over the car. So over here at the car, the first thing we should do is put a microfiber towel down on your windshield to protect from if this arm were to snap back and hit the glass so it won't break it. And then I'm just going to do the same procedure. I'm going to put the screwdriver tip underneath and flip up the little latch. And then if you look in from above here, you're going to see there's this big slot. Well, we want to actually hold the wiper blade itself and push it back to let the arm come forward into that slot. All right, and then if we come up and we look from the side, so now I can rotate this arm up. You can see the end of the arm coming through. And then I'm just going to push the body down again. And now I can pull the whole thing back through the opening. So it's basically just some magic of pivoting things around, and off it'll come. So that's why you put the cloth there. So then take the old one off, get our new one here. And get myself oriented which way it goes. Slide it over, pivot it back, slide it back down, and then I'm all the way down. And if we come in for a close look, we're just going to show this. Basically, the clip should just fit in there, and Bob's your uncle. All right, so let's go over and do the driver's side. So on the driver's side, we have to contend with the interference fit. We can't lift the arm up. So you're going to be struggling on that end, so this is going to come up and start bumping. So a little piece of advice here is to take some blue painter's tape and wrap the paint about where the bumping would happen, just to protect your paint, just in case. Some simple protection. The next thing we're going to do is get the microfiber out where the plastic end bit would hit. And we're going to do the same process where we're going to flip up the latch. Now we've got our big gap here for the arm to slide along in, so I'm going to pull the wiper blade towards me. And so I'm at the end of the gap, so now I'm going to have to rotate it a little bit. And it's harder than on the other side because I can only lift the blade up about this far, but there is enough clearance there. And just keep pushing. And now I can rotate the whole plastic piece up. And now that I've got the plastic piece up, I can push the whole arm down. Notice the arm hasn't moved, but I'm just manipulating this plastic thing around it, and ta-da, off it comes. So just to see that again. Slide it, just continuing to hold the arm itself with my left hand up in the air, pulling the wiper blade body back towards me till it hits the end of the track, pulling the plastic part up, sliding it up and off, and now I've got this out of the way. Take my new arm, orient it with the wing towards the front of the car. Same process, I'm holding the plastic part straight up, tucking the arm through, maneuvering it in with the slot, pushing the arm away from me now until it bottoms out, pulling the clip back. Might have to go, there we go, just a little bit further. If it doesn't go down like that, it means you probably haven't pushed hard enough. And then snap it into place. Remove your towel and your tape. and the job's done for another 4 years. If you want to learn a little bit more about the process, like where to get the wiper blades, please check out the companion blog article down here below. I'll probably have a link up here to another video on my 2-year service regime. And then if you like these videos, please subscribe here down below. And I love hearing your comments. Please leave them. Thanks for watching.